The winter of 1582 had descended upon the rugged Aravalli hills, casting a blanket of cold silence over the land of Mewar. A deceptive stillness hung in the air, for it was a silence pregnant with anticipation. The Mughal Emperor Akbar's campaign to subdue Maharana Pratap and his fiercely independent kingdom had reached a stalemate. Yet everyone knew this peace was fragile, a mere whisper before the storm. Maharana Pratap, the valiant lion of Mewar, was not a ruler to be easily cowed. He had already sacrificed much in his fight for freedom. His capital, Chittor, lay in enemy hands, his treasury depleted, yet his spirit remained unbroken, a beacon of hope for his people. He knew Akbar would not rest until Mewar, the last bastion of Rajput independence, was crushed under his heel. Unbeknownst to the Maharana, a storm was indeed brewing. Akbar, ever the strategist, had devised a new plan. He dispatched his most trusted general Jagannath Kuchwaha with a formidable army. Their mission to launch a surprise attack on Maharana Pratap's hideout in the dense forests of the Aravalli. News of this impending attack reached the Maharana through his intricate network of spies. The odds were heavily stacked against him. His forces were outnumbered, outmatched in resources, and weary from years of relentless fighting. Many of his advisors urged him to retreat further into the hills, to live and fight another day. Maharana Pratap, however, was not a man to be dictated by circumstances. He had learnt that true victory lay not just in might, but also in wit. He decided to outsmart the enemy using their overconfidence against them. He called upon his trusted lieutenant, a seasoned warrior known for his cunning. Together, they hatched a plan as audacious as it was brilliant. Under the cover of darkness, a small group of Rajput soldiers stealthily left the Maharana's camp. Their mission was to reach the Mughal camp and plant a carefully crafted rumour. This rumour, they were told, would be their most potent weapon. The rumour spread through the Mughal camp like wildfire. It spoke of Maharana Pratap's forces preparing for a desperate last-ditch attack. Blinded by their confidence and eagerness to crush the last vestiges of resistance, the Mughal army fell for the bait. They amassed at the edge of the forest, waiting for the attack. However, the attack came not from the front, but from behind. As the Mughal army stood waiting, Maharana Pratap's forces, taking a secret route through the hills, stormed their camp from the rear. The surprise was complete. The Mughal forces, caught off guard and unprepared, were routed. The night resonated with the triumphant cries of the Rajputs. That night, as Maharana Pratap surveyed the scene of his victory, a sense of serenity washed over him. He realized that this was not a war he could win by sheer force. It was a war of attrition, a war that demanded sacrifice beyond measure. Looking at the exhausted faces of his brave soldiers, he knew he couldn't ask them to fight on indefinitely. He called his men together and addressed them, his voice filled with emotion. "My brave warriors," he boomed, "we have fought bravely, and tonight we have tasted victory. But this is not the end. Akbar will not rest. He will return with an even bigger army. I have decided that we will fight our last stand. Our sacrifice will be a beacon for generations to come." His words were met with a mix of awe and apprehension. "But," he continued, "this will be our last battle. We have protected our motherland with our blood and sweat. Now, I will continue this fight in another way. I will spend my remaining days in meditation and prayer, seeking guidance from the divine. Let our sacrifice be a testament to our unwavering spirit." A hush fell over the crowd as Maharana Pratap, the indomitable warrior, vowed to lay down his arms and seek solace in spirituality. The victory echoed through the hills, a testament to Maharana Pratap's strategic brilliance and the unwavering courage of his men. But it was a victory tinged with the bittersweet realization that the fight for Mewar's freedom would continue, albeit in a different form. The Maharana had shown that true strength lay not just in physical prowess, but also in the courage to adapt and persevere, even when the odds seemed insurmountable.